Good evening and welcome to the May 17th meeting of the Board of Selectmen from Waterboro. So, in all rights for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And thank you, and apologize for the delay here. It was a little bit of a technical glitch, but we're on and squared away at this point. So we do have a public hearing scheduled this evening to receive comment and propose on the proposed 2023 fiscal year 23 municipal budget. If you have any comments or questions, can certainly fire in an email to us. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of folks here, but a couple of things that you should know is on Tuesday, the 14th of June, we will open the polls at 7 a.m. and they will close at 8 p.m. On Tuesday the 14th. That will be the voting will be conducted at the M.R.S.A High School East Building, which is on 88 West Road in town. You can begin voting absentee as of yesterday at the town office. Those absentee ballots have to be in by the close of the polls on the evening of the election. So we will be electing a moderator to present at the meeting, and there will be an election of the necessary town officials by secret ballot. Currently, there are 2 positions open for the Board of Selectmen for 3-year terms. There is 1 term of a 3-year term for the RSU 57 Board of Directors, and for those of you that are in the Water District, there is a vote for a 3-year term for 1 Water District trustee. So we'll quickly go through some of the highlights of the warrant, and the warrant will be kind of converted to the ballot. So those articles that are on here will appear on the ballot as well. If there's any questions with regard to the budget makeup, certainly we can answer those. So Article 3 will be to vote by secret ballot on the following article to see if the town will vote to authorize the purchase of a new ambulance, to finance said purchase through the issuance of general obligation bonds or notes in anticipation of such bonds, or a lease purchase agreement in principal of up to $310,000, and to appropriate proceeds thereof for the purpose of financing the cost of the new ambulance. We have done this because it is a almost 2-year wait to get an ambulance these days. So there will be no funding taken out of this fiscal year, this upcoming budget. We would anticipate, depending on how the order takes place, that funding would be in the next fiscal year, which starts next July 1st, or July 1st of 2024. There is an explanatory note. There's also a financial statement that talks about the additional bonds and the total bonds that we have out. Standing today is 1.78 million. This would be an additional 363,000 once the estimated interest rate is applied to the purchase of 310. So that will be Article 3 on, and it will be on the warrant as Article 3. Article 4 will be to vote again by secret ballot to see if the town would authorize the IT department with fiscal approval of the town administrator to appropriate up to $25,000 of franchise fees to enter into a joint partnership with the cable TV company, currently Spectrum, or in conjunction with state or federal grants for the purpose of expanding broadband internet to unserved areas in the town of Waterboro. The money will not be raised out of taxation. Just so that everyone knows, we actually entered into an agreement last fiscal year with Spectrum and Connect Maine. Dave, am I getting that correct? Or
I was purely us and Spectrum.
okay.
Yep.
And we've expanded the internet reach on the unserviced area of Deering Ridge Road. So this allows us to continue to pursue and partner with Spectrum on extending broadband to unserviced areas of the town of Waterboro. So certainly we have targeted a couple of areas, but if you are one of the folks that does not have internet service at your home or doesn't run by your home, please contact Dave Lowe out of the IT department here, and we can pursue those kind of things. Article 5 is the kind of the to see what town will raise to appropriate for the total operation of the municipality with regard to the government side of the business. It's $2.867 million. And that covers things like general government, loans and leases, the insurances, workman's comp, medical, social security, town clerk's salary, tax collector's salary, treasurer's salary, information technology on the website, emergency repairs, broadcasting equipment, municipal buildings repair, fuel, etc. Hydrant rental, which we're required through the Public Utilities Commission to pay 1/3 of the water district's operating cost if we use the water system for fire protection, general assistance, and York County taxes. So again, it's $2.867,751, and the Selectmen certainly recommend that it pass. Article 6 is to vote by secret ballot, and it's specifically to address the Selectmen's salaries for the year. As detailed below, this year there's no change, still $26,000. That's $5,000 per select person and $1,000 for the chair. And the charter, just for those that are interested, requires that a separate article for the compensation of selectmen be on this warrant. Article 7, and if either one of you others who want to jump in and read something, that's fine with me. Article 7 is to cover the tax assessor, the CEO, the planning board, the planning department, and the zoning board of appeals. That's $287,000. It's up about $20,000 from a year ago, and predominantly that is driven by the tax assessor and legal fees within the department. Let's see, the Waterboro Library is Article 8, and again, it covers the library and the rec department. So the total is just over $500,000, $506,000, $840 is to run the library, and $384,755 is to run the rec department, and we are working with Todd Smith and the rec department to ensure that programs pay for themselves as we're going forward. Naturally, there's tax money that seeds the programs up front. Article 9 is to see what the town will raise and appropriate for trash disposal, transfer station, and public works is determined below. We're now up about $2.4 million, a little over $2.4 million. $800,000 of that is for $803,000 is for the transfer station and all of the disposals and everything that goes along with the transfer station. And then 1.6 million, or just over 1.6 million, is for public works, and that includes all of the road maintenance, plowing, sanding, salting, and all of that that comes with it. Article 10, and again, is for capital improvement plan. This is for strictly equipment, and we recommend $182,500. Includes things like fire department SCBA bottles, contract deputy cruiser, which we're now obligated to replace for one of our contract deputies. Fire department plow for an emergency call plowing. Department of Works trackless sidewalk tractor, and transfer station compactor. Compactor's been around since '83, I think. It's been rebuilt 2 or 3 times, so a big piece of this is to replace the compactor at the town transfer station. Article 11 deals explicitly for building improvements, capital plan, building improvements, $124,000. These improvements are to replace the flooring and countertops in the town hall, lighting for the transfer station, a new MSW overflow, a municipal solid waste overflow building for the transfer station, paving the old town hall parking lot, and seal coating and restriping the town hall parking lot on this side. So the paving would happen on the old part of the town hall, or as you stand looking at the town hall, the left-hand side or the recreational side. And on the administrative side or the government side, we would do seal coat and restriping of the parking lot. Article 12 is for the fire department, EMS, and police services for the year ensuing. Public safety total is $1.487 million. EMS total is $107,720. Rosconna Fire Department, which we fund with Alfred and Shapley, is $993, just under $9,993. So just under $10,000. And then the contract deputies, for the 2 contact deputies, it's $200,000 for the year. And again, there is a note that will appear on the ballot. Any excess revenues over $20,000 at the year end shall be held in an account designated for purchase of equipment for the EMS side of the business. Article 13, we will vote to raise and appropriate $79,827 for miscellaneous committees, old home days, and agencies for the year ensuing. So we've got miscellaneous committees, would be $59,286. Old Home Days, we recommended $8,000, and the miscellaneous agencies are $12,541. The Old Home Days will carry over somewhere in the $20,000 range.
From the current year.
So, if Old Home Days gets restarted in a year from now, then there will be plenty of funds to handle that. Okay, Article 14, 15, 16, and 17 are typically annual articles that we have. Article 14 is for snowmobile registration monies to be spent on fire roads under the direction of the fire chief, the public works director, and a representative from the snowmobile club. Article 15 is to vote by secret ballot to see if the town will vote to authorize the tax collector to charge an interest rate of 4% per year on unpaid taxes on the day after the due date. And likewise, on the other side, to vote by secret ballot, the town will set a rate of 2% on abated property. So if you overpay or you're overcharged, we will pay you back the amount that you overcharged plus 2% interest. Article 17, see if the town will vote to authorize a tax collector or treasurer to accept prepayment of taxes not yet committed pursuant to 36 M.R.S.A. subsection 506, and that's required for us to accept early payment of taxes. 18, this is with regards to allowing the public works director, the town administrator, and the fire chief, if in fact we have the need for an emergency situation and the road has to be sanded or plowed or whatnot, this would be in the winter months, that we're allowed to do that. Article 19, to vote by secret ballot, see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen on the town to apply for and accept state and federal grants from nonprofit organizations, donations, or other revenues on behalf of the town, including, when necessary, the authority to sign grant contracts, documents, other paperwork that allows us to spend the money as well. So that is an annual requirement that we vote on that on an annual basis. Article 20 talks about the carrying over or voting to zero out certain accounts, but to carry over, and there's a list of items that will become unspent this year, and this allows us to carry it over and spend it in the next fiscal year. And then revenues carry forwards. We're also asking for permission to do that. We do have the American Rescue Plan monies that we've already received from the federal government. So we ask that we carry those over the Code Enforcement Office for fire detectors, construction bonds, library donations, recreation donations, public safety donations, transfer station medals, general assistance donations, miscellaneous fuel, and Christmas, and then the garden, community garden balance. So we're recommending that pass. And the last article here is that the town would ask permission to appropriate the sum of $4.454168 million from non-property tax revenues to be applied to reduce the property tax commitment. Within that, the proposal would be to offset of the near 8.2 or $8.3 million budget, and we list out miscellaneous revenues at 1.9 million, excise tax and rapid renewal of 1.7 million, rescue billing fees $200,000, transfer station fees of 134, cable franchise fees of 78,500. There is a main DOT block grant that comes to us for 80,000. State general assistance reimbursements, ambulance subscription, and also the allocated APRA funding at this time stands at $275,000. So that represents $4.4 million that we would not raise in taxes, that we would use these other funds. There was also the last article, which is Article 22. Traditionally, we've added the use of fund balance in the previous article. This year, we've taken it out of that, and we would ask that the people vote to see if the town will authorize the Board of Selectmen to appropriate an amount not to exceed $800,000 from unassigned fund balance, which is commonly referred to as surplus, to be applied to the municipal budget. So other than the $4.45 million, we would ask to use up to $800,000 from unassigned fund balance to help defer taxes. So there are 22 articles. Article 1 being to elect a moderator, so in Article 2 to be to elect the municipal offices. So other than that, there will be 20 different warrant articles that you will have to vote on. And again, I want to thank the Budget Committee and our intern town administrator, Matt Bors, for their efforts and time and commitment to developing this year's municipal budget. As you know, or may know, that the Budget Committee is a major contributor to this whole process, and they meet multiple nights through the starting in January, I guess, through the end of March, getting in looking at every single aspect of the budget. We do have on the website a municipal budget spreadsheet which breaks down further, and also on the website will be the actual warrant. So that is there as well. So please, kind of go over that stuff if you'd like to understand it better. If you still have any questions, you can certainly contact any one of the board, or contact Matt Bors at the town administrator's office, and we will attempt to get you an answer. Other than that, again, a reminder, Tuesday, June 14th, polls will open at 7 and close at 8. The vote will be taking place at the M.R.S.A High School East Building, which is on 88 West Road. You can vote starting as of yesterday, absentee ballot anytime, or you can request an absentee ballot. You can come in here, cast your votes, give it back to the town clerk or representative, and all of those will be held until election, the breakdown of the election, and you can return an absentee ballot up until 8 p.m. Tuesday evening, the 14th. So, any other questions?
Do we have the drop box for ballots?
They're putting it out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay, yeah.
And there will be a drop box here. So that all being said, we appreciate your patience in going through the reading of that. If anybody has a question, please give one of us a call. You can start voting tomorrow. You actually started yesterday. We will be putting out the drop box for the absentee ballots. If you would like to do that and go that direction. And if not, we would appreciate certainly your involvement in our annual budget approval on Tuesday the 14th. So I would close this public hearing. And we'll move on. Okay. Any announcements from the board?
I have none.
Dwayne?
I
Anything?
have none on the
Okay.
budget.
Dennis, do we need
Yeah.
to vote to close the public hearing?
Well, I can do that, but
Okay.
we'd never have done that.
Oh, you
But,
haven't? Okay.
Dwayne, if you want to make a motion
Yeah,
to,
I'll make a motion to close
Okay.
the public hearing.
Sure, I'll second that.
all those in favor? Done. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for prodding us, Laura.
Yeah.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda? We have no appointments. There are no publics here, so public comments. Treasurer's reports, motor vehicle reports, and York County contract deputy reports are all available if someone would like to review those. Selectmen reports. Dwayne, anything?
Not at this time.
David?
I do. I'd like to just bring up, Dave Lowe and I were speaking recently about the possibility of offering Zoom options for committees in an attempt to get interest for committee participation. So that's something that I think we should explore and offer if somebody wants to Zoom into a meeting instead of having to physically come to the meeting. If that's a way for somebody to gain interest in jumping on a committee.
How's that gonna work over in the other building, Dave?
Now, this would be 100% Zoom meetings.
Okay.
Because it would be initiated by the chairman of the committee, and that way there's no hybrid. We're not having to teach somebody how to, have 4 people here and 6 people out there, you know what I mean? So it's all Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would have a, probably have to modify the policy, right? But, it sounds to me like given people's time and effort these days, certainly, it's a.
We think it's worth the discussion, at least to
Right.
explore it, so.
So why don't we put,
I think at the same time, when we're looking at this, we need to look at some of these committees that people aren't showing up. And we do have a policy on that requires them to make so many meetings a year.
Right.
And it's to a point on some of these committees, we're hurting the committees because they can't have a meeting or very, down to 3 members and gotta have 3, so we need to look at these committees and figure out how many meetings some of the members are missing because
so let's dig out the policy for the hybrid meetings, put it on the next agenda. Maybe, Matt can take a look at how do we inject that a meeting could be held exclusively on Zoom. Doesn't have to be a hybrid, right?
Right.
So,
I personally think it would go a lot smoother if it was just if they log into Zoom and have it.
yeah.
You'd
And
be able
we
to hear
make it-
people better. You get the camera in front of you. That's just my opinion, but
We get more participation.
nothing against the hybrid version, Dave. But
Technology has moved forward, right?
sure. I think we probably could use the existing policy and just list out committees in there. Correct?
Yeah.
We do.
And then you've got the, like Dwayne was saying, some members who haven't, that this might be the solution for them to attend, so
Right.
give them the opportunity to do an all Zoom before you kind of say, time's up because you haven't had enough interest or whatever.
Right,
Yep.
yep.
You know?
Okay. Sounds like a bit of a plan, anyway. I'm all set, so Matt, you have anything?
Yeah, I have a few things. Real quick, I'll just kind of skim through this and I'll email it to you as well. Siding window projects continuing well, on target for completion by the end of this month. Windows should be in tomorrow. Whether they all get installed, I don't know. We did receive a $3,000 reimbursement check for workers' comp from last year. I would suggest that we look to move in the future here for July 1 that we engage with our attorney, Alyssa Tibbetts, actively on that TIF district. We'll need to move pretty aggressive with that so that we can meet the deadlines and have for a vote in November. So given our budget right now where we are with legal fees, probably wait until July 1 would be the best idea. Public Works, we are installing 3 new park benches at Gobiel Park. There'll be a couple down in the lower section, and then the one to replace as you pull in on the right, there's one at the top to replace those. The fencing should be done, I believe, or started on or around the 21st. I'm sorry, not that week, the 23rd of May, in that ballpark.
Be done for Memorial Day.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And also the dock to be in before Memorial Day as well. So hopefully that project will be done and everybody else, so that Memorial Day weekend will be out of there. Public Works is several ongoing projects right now, working on Fur Drive with ditching. Dearborn Construction is working with Public Works on Middle Road, doing some culverts, and they've been working this past week helping with Friendship Park. The Friendship Park group has been doing a great job with a lot of efforts down to the park with fundraising.
I do
work.
have a comment on that one. The Parks and Rec tools should be made available for that group that's down there working. They're down there trying to work with no hand tools and whatnot, and they having a hard time getting work done without. We do own a bunch of hand tools that can be
Yep.
available to that group. So,
Probably a storage building, we can put them right down there too.
yeah.
So, but they're doing a great job with that, and Kelly's been spearheading that. Library, a couple just quick items. Fire Department and Public Works last week trimmed the big tree out front, and we raised a flag. I don't know when the last time it was up, but we have a flag there now, and they're going to be installing a solar light ASAP. There is a silent auction going on right now, ending May 31st at 9 o'clock. They have some great donations, so check them out if you can. The library has been awarded another grant from the Maine State Library for $2,500 to start a genealogy program. And also, for the month of May, all reusable bags purchased at the Waterboro Hannaford, $1 will be donated to the library. And you can check out the library's webpage for information with a newsletter for some other programs they have offering.
Good.
And the only thing I didn't write down here, but I can just tell you about it, but we're going to have some discussions, unless the board objects, but to look at accepting credit cards on a mobile device at the transfer station to see if we can make that work for people coming in. A lot of people don't have cash. It would make it easier. Maybe an iPad with a card reader that we can service customers, hopefully make life a little bit easier. But I would assume the way we'll have to avoid that is to add have a fee structure with the credit card to cover the percentages that.
So, some of these outfits today, whoever you get signed up with, adds the fee on, and it doesn't, we as the town
Don't pay it.
do not have to pay it. There's 2 or 3 of those outfits out there.
The same as we do up front right now.
Right.
So, unless you guys have any major objections, that we'd like to move forward with that because I think it'll make it a lot easier. So,
And
great
make
idea.
his life easier, too.
Yeah, great
The
idea.
dump stickers will be on sale the 1st of June.
Yep.
The new stickers.
And they're going to be watching for them too. They
Yes.
said so
Yeah.
they're going to be monitoring for that closely. That's all I got.
Okay. Right, under new business, discuss a vote on renewal liquor license for Five Ponds Public House. That is now due. So what is your pleasure there? I think we've got reports back from the
I've
deputy
read all the
and,
reports here tonight, and I'll make a motion that we approve the liquor license for Five Ponds.
Yep. And just so the town, the public knows, the reports that we're speaking of are from the sheriff's office as well as the fire department and the code office as well. And they're also all recommending approval. So with that, I would second that motion.
any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Same thing with the second one, oh, well,
Yeah,
we gotta-
that one's not due yet. They expended that one. so.
okay.
All right, so,
The question I would have is, do we need a public hearing on that?
Yes, we need a public hearing for a
The amusement.
special amusement permit.
even though they have
Even though
one,
it's already been gotten
Right.
and
It
it's
ends.
a renewal.
It ends with their liquor license. Renewal. According
We've
to
done
the,
this before without a public hearing
Yeah,
because it's,
we do
might
it every
wanna-
year with the Blues Festival.
right, we might want to look at that ordinance
okay.
as well as just to say that, unless there are issues that we could forego the public
Yeah.
hearing for a renewal, right? So, anyway, so what's your pleasure here? We can do it on, today is the 17th, we got 5 Tuesdays this month, so we're talking about, the 7th of June?
Yep,
I don't have my phone with me tonight, so.
yes, it's the
So-
7th of June.
Okay. So why don't we plan that for 6 o'clock?
Okay,
But we also ought to, kind of maybe put on the agenda just to review the special amusement license that I know it's for a specific year, but maybe we look at a renewal that we don't have to have a public hearing because
okay.
as successful as public hearings are these days, I'm not sure that we need.
Just so the public knows what we're talking about, they need a special amusement permit to have a 1 or 2 man band play down there from time to time. And they already have it, but it's gonna go bye-bye till we have a public hearing.
When does that expire?
The liquor license.
Expires with their license, right?
June 8th.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
The date, yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
anything else? So we'll run that the 6th.
7th.
7th, I'm sorry.
Yep.
6 o'clock on the 7th. No old business, discuss and approve the minutes of the May 3rd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, we're all set with pending decisions. Laura has reminded me that on, on the ballot, Article 3 is actually Article 1, so, all right, I should say, it starts at 1 and goes through 20, right?
Yes.
All right, anything else? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Good night.